everybody, on today's episode of Madge Unmuted, we'll talk about how I almost died last week. Yep, that's it. But I've been applying for jobs and people think I'm already dead anyway at my age. So, hey, guess it doesn't really matter, does it? But I'm too young to apply for Social Security yet. So I guess I'm just fucked, right?
Jeez.
I'm going to make that a t-shirt because now I have merch. Come in and find out more about it on today's episode of Madge Unmuted. Hey, and welcome to another episode of Madge Unmuted. I'm your hostess, Madge Matkin. I know you think my voice is super sexy this week. I got the Demi Moore thing going, right? Chris Fitz are with me as always.
How you doing? What's going on?
Okay, I am just getting over. I almost died this week.
Oh God, you sound like you're still on the on the verge.
I know.
Poor thing.
It's been 8 days. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna apologize in advance for all these sounds I'm gonna make. 8 days, and finally I feel human again. I had COVID.
Oh.
I know this seems like a blast from the past. It's still out there. If I all of a sudden tire out or like decide to take a nap mid-sentence, just, nudge me or call the authorities.
I know exactly how you feel. It's so bad.
I mean, I had to go to urgent care and they had to give me last Wednesday, they had to give me like oxygen.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, and a nebulizer. And, I never I don't exaggerate or like to play the pity card most of the time. But it was really bad. And living alone is really fucking awful when you're sick. But John's 3 hours away. But if your adult kid is nearby, it would have been a lot easier for me to ask them, because it's like, I don't feel bad, because it's like, remember that time that you got up at 3 a.m. and crawled in my bed because you didn't feel good, and then you threw up all over me? When you were a toddler, or 4,
my turn.
Or last week.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. when I had to come pick you up from the bar.
Oh my gosh.
Because you were banned from Uber for throwing up in the back. No, I'm kidding. None of my kids do that. That was me. No, I'm kidding. There's no Uber here. Yeah, exactly. So, you can do, it's a little easier for you to say, yeah, child,
you're going to help your mama. Right.
Right. But there was a few people around here, 3 of my girlfriends that live nearby, that were so nice to me. They were godsend, what can I bring you when, and checking up on me. So it restored my faith in humanity after a week of not having faith in humanity.
Oh my. So you had to have oxygen?
You still there?
I'm still here.
Oxygen?
Love is like oxygen. Just a little bit of, just a little bit of
yeah.
Or
the father.
You know what sucks? Think about this.
Woo! There you go.
Okay, think about this. So, 5 years ago, when COVID hit, it's 2025. That was 2020. Remember? Well, yeah.
Seems like yesteryear.
Right. And so they were worrying about the elderly.
Yeah, which is us.
And I think I'm at right. I didn't think about that.
Oh shit!
Somebody,
I know.
they said to me at the doctor, you're next month you're going to be 60, so you are in a high risk.
The high risk.
You're of an advanced age now.
Exactly.
And you're listen here, Linda.
Oh, right. Linda.
Linda.
You know what? For the first time, I was for the first time ever, I was alerted to that saying
Oh my
like
God,
2 weeks
I love
ago.
it. I use
I
it
didn't
every
know
day
it.
of my
And
life.
two of my girlfriends here said it, and they're like laughing. I'm like, what is that? And they're like, oh my God, you got to look this up.
That kid
And
is
it was
so
Oh,
cute.
hilarious.
please fill me in because I don't
use it.
know.
Oh, you don't know the video?
No. Oh, is it
It's
a
just
is it
like
a
a-
viral? Is it one of those viral
Well,
videos? Is it one of those
so-
TikToks?
It's kind of old.
It's
Yeah.
no, it's been around a while. I don't think
Yeah,
it's
it's been a-
TikToky.
Sorry, I'm sniffing. Where's my Kleenex? Get my little desk.
You should
here.
keep it right there in
I
your
have my
cleavage.
tissues. No, it's right here in my little desk.
Now that I sound like a complete idiot. The a lot of people may not have much of a house or anything, but they got their phone.
Amazing.
They got a
So
phone.
they
Yeah.
they prioritize that. Yeah, yeah. Which makes
Well, but like that's a thing in this country too. Like people, I've heard this several times, a million times. People will be in the store and somebody's paying with, they'll be in like pajama bottoms and not well kept, and they'll be paying with SNAP benefits, but they'll have a phone.
Snap.
But
It'll be
here's
an
the
iPhone.
thing.
19.
But yeah, they always have a right. They always have a brand new
No.
iPhone in a
Blinged
crystal
out.
little
Nah,
case.
I don't think the brand new thing. See, you guys
Yeah,
are
maybe not.
perpetuating this
No,
stereotype.
it may not. Right, it may not.
I don't think so. Because I think they have a smartphone because you have to.
Oh yeah, you have to.
Because they don't.
nowadays.
It may be their only internet access too.
Well, I mean, how many
Right,
people have
I
a
mean-
home phone these days? Do you
Right.
guys still have landlines?
Right.
Not anymore. No.
No,
That's
I haven't
everything.
had one
they
for
might not have a
years.
computer.
Right.
They might not have
So-
a lot of things, but they have a phone.
And you know,
have
we
to.
didn't
You have to
until
have a
recently.
phone.
We didn't have internet at my house because I have a farm out in the country. We
Yeah,
didn't have
you're
internet
out
either.
in the sticks.
No, we had a burner phone that we used as a hotspot.
A hotspot.
No,
Well,
we
that's
did,
the
and we
other
had it
thing.
just as Wi-Fi hotspot, and we had to log into that phone and pay a cell. It was ridiculous.
You know,
And,
burner
and
phones
we,
are
and
used
we
for
live in
crimes,
civilization.
right?
I know, right? Well, it was just a phone that we didn't use to talk on. We didn't really burn it, but yeah.
But yeah,
But so
I
I,
mean,
think
you-
that's
you-
probably common, and we live in a very,
it is
populated
because
area.
if you're on because even if you're on benefits, you need to have internet
Yeah, to
access
even
or a
register for them
phone
every week.
to
Yeah.
register
Yeah, everything's online.
and
anyway.
and
It's very true.
certify
Yeah,
each
yeah.
week or whatever.
Even for unemployment or anything,
You
yeah.
want to get a job?
No.
Everything is apply online.
Yeah.
It's not 1970 where you walk
Right, you're
into
not
a
licking a stamp.
business or licking a stamp, or you either used to walk into a business and fill out a paper thing.
Yeah.
and,
Can I have an
and
application?
That's it.
Right.
Or remember the days when, like, there's so many books, but I remember as a kid, you could walk into a place and just say, "Hey, do you need any help?"
Yeah.
I mean, that was more like,
And they have the help wanted sign.
Yeah. Right out in front.
yeah.
You take
that
the
was-
sign down and you
Yeah.
walk
And you
in
bring
with
it in and hand
Yeah.
it to them.
This is my
Yeah, that was in
application.
every
Here's the
movie.
sign. Every movie does that.
Right. And sorry, I
Oh,
can't
honey,
breathe.
you're getting out of breath just talking to us. I feel
And
bad for
so, yeah, like a, server, bartender, day labor, whatever. You're just like, hey, I need
Gone
a
are the
job.
days of riding the rails from town to town, picking up odd
Right.
jobs here and there,
Exactly.
just to whatever.
Throughout the Dust Bowl.
Right, looking for the little whittled signs on the fence.
My name is
I
Tom
can get a
Joad.
soup here. That's
Right.
great.
I don't know.
But it's true.
And
If you're not connected in some way, there's just
right.
I don't know
But
how
also,
you can
if
even
you
function.
have kids, Fitz, you've got kids in school.
Yeah.
Everything is online.
Yeah.
They submit their homework online. They,
This is true.
they get their assignments. They have to follow everything. Everything is online. So,
You know what's funny though? We were just having this conversation with my son, and because we will text him something, and if he responds at all, it might be hours later, and then it'll be like,
Yeah.
so Kelly will say, you have a doctor's appointment on this day. And then the day will come and she'll remind him, and he'll be like, you never told me that. And then she'll go back to the text and send him a
Yep.
screenshot of the exact time. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't, must not have seen that. And we're like, or he goes, I forget. You have to like text me more times. And we're like,
Oh, for God's
see this thing? This has a freaking calendar in it. It's got
With an alarm
alarms
right.
that tell you that there's shit happening in 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Right.
You just missed it. Like everything.
Right.
Don't give me that crap. And it's like this generation is so in tune to the tech, but a lot of them don't
yeah.
want to use the good, the really helpful stuff because it's like, I got to work. That's like work.
And then have to be responsible for
Work.
shit.
And now he's like,
So-
just started drinking. Like,
Oh, jeez.
just turned 21. Now
Oh,
he's going to be
boy.
22 next month. But yeah. And so
Oh,
now it's
boy.
like I get up in the morning and and it's not even like sometimes it's good stuff, but most of the time it's like Miller Lite,
Like
and
Boone's Farms.
Oh yeah.
yeah. It's like I don't even know, like Natty Ice and shit. I'm
Yeah,
like, what is
yeah.
this crap that if you're gonna drink every night, at least make it good.
But yeah,
Jeez.
Yeah.
can't afford to.
Maybe I'm just jealous.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Not at all.
We used to
No,
drink
I know,
Pabst
but
Blue
it-
Ribbon.
Pabst PBR, baby.
Yeah, PBRs and
Yeah,
While
PBGs.
you're working on the
PBR.
truck out in the yard, hell
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. I was never a shitty beer drinker unless
Or Old
it was
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. Milwaukee. What was the other one? Hams and Moosehead. No, that was a good one. I don't know. They had some Hams was disgusting. Old Milwaukee and there was another one. Those were the ones in
Old Milwaukee cans were like $1.99 a 6-pack. So,
Yes, exactly. When we were in college,
Yeah.
they were, and it was like 99 cents a pitcher at
Yep.
at the various college nights at the bars. But I was never a shitty beer gal, except like if I was at a fraternity party and they had kegs, and you were kind of like whatever, you were kind of at the mercy of whatever
whatever they
keg
had.
beer
Yeah.
they had. But also though, being in Maine, I have to say a lot of times the beer wasn't that bad, because there was some Canadian beers that you could get really cheap up there because you were near Canada. I want to say Schooner. Was that?
Schooner
I
tuna?
remember.
Do you even remember what that is? What that's from?
That sounds vaguely familiar.
It's
No.
from Mr. Mom. Tuna with the heart. Anyway, go ahead. I digress.
Oh. Note to self: feed tuna fish to the fish, and then put them in a can, or how what? I love. No, that was Night Shift.
You're talking about Night Shift.
Yes, I'm talking about Night Shift.
yeah.
It was Michael Keaton and
He's in both of them. So
Harvey
that-
Winkler. Yeah, he was.
Hence
yeah.
the confusion.
Yes. But I love Night Shift. Hey, you kids like music? No? Oh, anybody? No? You okay?
no.
You never saw. Look it up. You got to watch that movie, Night Shift.
Night Shift.
I haven't seen Night Shift in
Night Shift.
30 years, but I do remember liking it. I like
It
pretty
came
much
out-
everything that Michael Keaton has been in, almost.
It was
I
like
think there was a couple of
1980,
snoozers,
1980. Yeah, 80, 81, 82
Yeah.
was when that came out. It was before like Mr. Mom, and
Yeah.
it was funny. So anyway, what the hell were we talking about? Oh, beer.
Beer.
Yeah.
The
So
beer.
I don't drink beer much. I like never drink beer anymore because it makes me so bloated.
Yeah.
And I love beer. I love a really good beer.
Yeah.
I love like a I like a heavier. I forget the names. I should know because I own like a craft beer.
I was going to say, what about at the
Right.
bar? What do you guys serve at the
Or
bar?
like it's
Lots
like
of
a
stuff.
lager. I mean, mostly those are like stout IPA.
Yeah.
Do you like that whole
that's like-
IPA thing? When I was drinking, I would
Not a
try
big
them
fan
like,
of
what's with this
IPAs.
IPA thing? And I'd be like,
It has a cool name,
Yeah.
but then you drink it and you're like,
why do you like
not so
this?
sure.
I guess
I don't
I
love
guess
it.
what I like are things that are more. I think are like more hoppy or
Yeah.
with a lot of malt.
Yeah.
Like I
more
like
of an
I
amber
love
or something.
Yeah, I love a lager. Like I love Bass.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
Bass is good.
Yeah, Bass. I love. I used to love Grolsch.
Gross.
Bass, Harp, Grolsch.
Yeah.
I always like the
Yeah.
Those.
Grolsch bottles with that little thing on
Oh,
the
with
top.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know that was my
That's really cool.
favorite. I loved those. It had the I can't. What do you call that thing?
I
It
don't
had like a
freaking
white
know.
plug
Yeah.
with metal.
Yeah,
Can you
like
imagine? They must
Oh,
not have that.
with like
And you,
a stopper that you
Yeah.
undid.
yeah, and then this,
It's like
yeah,
you see them on every college kid's shelf.
All the
Right,
little
and-
stoppers. Yeah.
and you see them as a. They used to have them as Pizzeria Uno
Oh, yes.
salad
On their,
dressing
yes,
bottles.
I remember that too. Yes, I totally remember that stopper with the. It's like a little
Yeah.
ceramic thing with a rubber gasket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that must be really fucking expensive to do. I'm sure
I
they
bet.
don't do it anymore. So
Probably. I was going to say,
Lots
you
of-
don't have, do you have Grolsch at your place?
no, I mean we rotate, and our stuff is all the good stuff is on tap.
Oh, right.
So
yes.
Stick and Rudder in lovely Fairhaven, New York. It's all on tap. We have 10 taps, and one is always it's a nitro tap with for Guinness.
Oh,
And then the
yes.
9 ones are no, and I take it back. The first one is always Narragansett. That's always
Yeah.
like our.
Yeah, and that's
base.
delicious.
Ooh, Captain Quint's
It is.
favorite.
It's so good.
It is. And that was like squeezing a beer can like
Yeah.
Captain Quint. And so and then the rest are like, we have different featured things, stout, porter, IPA, sours,
Yeah.
all that shit. And then we have some various cans and bottles. I had to talk John into. I was telling him, people were like, "We don't want to come in because you don't have anything that we like." And John's like, "Well, it's only gonna be craft beer." Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "Dude, just have some bottles of." I call them shitty stuff, but they're not shitty
but
stuff.
like
and
Blue
people
Light
like
or
it.
something that somebody wants.
Right. I said you gotta have a
Or
PBR, a
Budweiser or
Labatt.
something.
LBL, Labatt Blue Light, everybody has LBL, PBR, and I think like a Coors, and for a few years he wouldn't do it, and then I think finally another bartender talked him into it, and all of a sudden, oh, lo and behold, we're selling the shit out of those, and more people are coming in, and I'm just like,
Yeah, because people want something where they're comfortable. They'll try one, but if they don't like it, then they want something that they're
right.
comfortable with.
But
yeah.
also, if you're coming in like us, we had a big group of friends, and there's like 3 or 4 people within that group that were like kind of adventurous. I'm kind of
Yeah,
by
they would
that
try the
they would
taps
ha-
or do a
they
flight or
would have-
something. Yeah.
Well, that they would drink Narragansett.
Oh yeah. Oh
know,
yeah. Well, that's not even adventurous,
or a
but
Guinness.
yeah. Right. Yeah.
But they would. That was adventurous. We'd have a couple people that maybe, but like there were these other people like, oh no, and they also in the fact that it was craft beer, they thought my throat's getting dry. That it was craft beer, they thought it was snooty.
Oh jeez.
So, and Chris, you've been in our
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah. It's nuts. The anti-snoot.
It's right,
It's-
and it's just like
It's like
just
the
a
perfect, comfortable place. Yeah.
it's just a pub. It's just
Yeah.
like a hanging out anywhere else pub, and it just happens to have a wide array. So finally, so you'd get a group of people in, and somebody wanted the Narragansett, but the other people weren't adventurous, and there was nothing I could drink there, so they wouldn't go.
Yeah,
So then
that's no good.
people
No, you
start
gotta have
saying,
something
"Oh,
that
well,
they can drink
we're
anytime.
glad you like." Yeah, or it's like you get a woman. We'd have some decent wines. We go in, or the other thing we started doing. We've had a couple longtime bartenders there. Some, and they have to be female, and they really liked making cocktails, like coming up with like they did a lot of cooking and baking, so they like to experiment with flavors and stuff and ingredients. So they're like, "Oh, can we try some craft cocktails?" We're like, "Knock yourself out, as long as you're not buying shit that we're going to use once and never again."
Right.
Like, I don't need to buy some exotic triple syrup or something that costs $20 a bottle and you use that much and we never use it. So anyway, so there was these women that are like, "These are fucking delicious," and just I say women because it was mostly. I mean, they were kind of, fruity girly drinks or whatever. The women would come in and they wanted these. And you're like, oh, I heard you're having the apple teeny or the spring sea mist, whatever the hell. And the guys are like, I don't fuck. I just want blue light. So it's like. And then all of a sudden, John, and he would make jokes like, oh boy, I'm so glad I did that, knowing that he would get pissed because that was my idea. He's like, oh, geez, I'm so glad. And I'd be like, fuck you. I told you that. Sorry, just kidding. I mean, just me and him kidding around, He's like, I know. He would do it just to get under my skin because that's like his hobby. He likes to get under people's skin.
Oh, doesn't sound like John at all.
Is he part tick?
Tick.
He is the tick.
He is. I have to pull him out with tweezers sometimes. Or burn his ass.
Burn his ass and he backs
Get off
out.
Me. He gets on me and I got to burn
His ass.
me.
Like, back out.
You suck.
Right.
Oh, wait, you
my
really
God.
do.
Exactly. You
Funny.
son of a bitch. Oh my God, these glasses are filthy. No wonder I thought I had like glaucoma.
Glaucoma.
I think I'm past due for my semi-annual eye test.
Glaucoma
anyway.
test. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to the doctor today.
I know. Are you there? Oh,
Yeah.
did you?
I went to the
Did
doctor.
they make you turn
What
your head
happened?
and cough?
No, so I'm actually I was looking into this drug called Zepbound.
Oh yes, I
What?
I'm
Called
interested
what?
in that.
It's Zepbound. It's one of those.
It says semaglutide,
it's one of
one of-
those.
it's one of the
weight
new-
loss things.
like Wegovy.
Oh, weight loss thing.
But it treats sleep apnea.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
That's
that
what
was
I have.
that was my impetus to get it because I don't really care too much about the weight loss. Well, it'd be nice, but they.
Well,
So did you just go through your GP?
So yeah, and he
Yeah.
writes a prescription, and then it goes back to the insurance company has to approve it, and then they. It's so backwards. Then they ask the doctor to write an authorization, and then they fill it. It's like, well, if he just wrote the script,
Well, yeah.
isn't that an authorization?
Yeah.
They just like to make it
You
hard
just
for
want to
people.
go round and round.
Justify a
that's
couple of
how it
jobs.
is. I mean, that's just what fries my ass so bad in this country is that healthcare isn't dictated by the doctors, it's by the insurance company, and that's so fucking wrong. Like me with my my arm, which this thing is still fucking going on. I'm about ready.
From the accident?
Your shoulder?
It's been moved back again. Yeah. And we're going on 3 years now. And so my orthopedic surgeon was like, you need a third, like he took an MRI. There's still a tear there. It's not, this isn't good. You need a third surgery. And the fucking insurance company denied it.
Kelly just went through the same thing. Hers just finally got approved, but it was through workers' comp, so it was even harder. They denied it like 4 times, and every time they went back, and the doctor had to resubmit it and be like, "No, she fucking needs this. It's her scanning
Yeah.
arm. Does cardiac ultrasound, so it's her left arm."
Yeah.
And so she's like, every day she works, 9 hours a day or whatever, and she's in total pain every day, every single day. I'm
That's
like,
terrible.
That's me. Why?
It's like,
okay.
how dare you say no?
Here's my bit. Can you guys set up a GoFundMe or something? Because, all right, I have a right. This is my right arm that's injured. I can't do anything of. I can't lift anything of great weight, or I can't do anything repetitive. So if I have to do something, I can get by. If I have to finish some parts of my lawn with the push mower because it's areas I can't get in, I do it. Or before I had the riding mower, I do it, but it fucking hurts and I have to take breaks. I mean, that's just like maneuvering, I can't ride a bike anymore because I can't one, I can't, you know, you have to hold on to maneuver, and God forbid I fall off.
Yeah, that'd
I'll
be
fucking
terrible.
wreck myself again. But also it's other things like I can't pour beers anymore. I can't even work at a cash register because I couldn't do anything all day. You know, this okay, bagging,
Repetitive motion.
whatever,
Yeah.
repetitive motion. And usually if you're at a cash register, it's up here. Like if it was down here, I could probably get by. Like that's why I can get by with like typing and shit. But anyway, so okay, you add to that like I can't even get like a, you know, when people do this, just go get a job, you know, Walmart or something. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't do the requirements that they ask you to. I can't lift more than 10 pounds in this arm. I can't lift, you know, I can't do all these things. Add to that that in, what's today? It's the 6th. In 36 days, I'm going to be 60. Nobody fucking wants to hire me. Do you know how many applications I've put out for like regular jobs? That's why I've had to find shit to do myself as an entrepreneur because, and I even try and supplement. No one will fucking hire me. I don't get anywhere. Okay, yeah, these I almost wish it was when we went back, circling back around to, you know, everything is apply online, apply online, apply online. That's like the black hole of job death. My kids actually got hired that way. How, I don't know, but they got hired that way. But it's like either half the jobs are fake, three-quarters of the jobs are fake, or they somehow figure out by the number of jobs that you have that you're old, or that, you know, I mean, because I have so much experience. Get myself all worked up, you know, and then add to it, I do work for some people and they don't pay me.
Oh,
So
jeez.
that has happened to me so many times, and I'll just say it. It's always happened by men. The one guy I had 10 years ago, you know, that person that I was working for, the summer program was over and he was starting to do even more shady shit, and I'm like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. And even before I said that, I was his right-hand person, and I could tell he was starting to, I thought he was like interviewing to replace me
Oh,
because I
jeez.
was starting to give him pushback on things. It's like, no, I don't, I'm a 1099. I don't have to work 60 hours a week for you unless you're going to pay me for it. No, I don't have to do this. So then, you know, I'm starting to stand up for myself, and he was whatever. So I started to say, well, I'm not going to do this. And then he's like, oh, well, I already have somebody I'm gonna do. Now I can't remember how the sequence of events went, but I'm like, okay, today's my last day, and he's like, oh, well, she's coming in. Can you train her? So like, the woman he was gonna fire me for, he wanted me to train her, and I'm like, no,
I'm not going to train my
no,
replacement.
right,
I love
no.
when people do that.
Oh, jeez.
And then he said, I wrote down all the instructions, passwords, and shit. He's like, well, no, no, no. He's like, I'll give you $500 extra if you stay and train her. And I was like, wow, that is some insult to injury. I stayed like half a day one day, and I'm like, well, that's all you need to know. And I said, you wanted me to train her. He's like, he didn't give me any amount of time. He's like, just make sure. And I even said to her, like, do you think you haven't? Yep, I got it. So I did what I was supposed to. Then he said, well, you know, I ran it by my advisory board, and they refused to, they're not going to pay you. They don't want to pay you. I'm
Oh,
like, you
jeez.
motherfucker, you are the advisory board. There is no advisory board. You don't have a board. You don't have any. I was your advisory board. There is nobody else in this organization. You're so full of shit, and fuck you. And if I had had I was gonna say, if I had had the resources, I would have sued him. But he was such a nasty, nasty cutthroat guy, he would have made my life miserable.
Fuckers.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta cut bait.
Exactly. I'm getting so, what's the word? Discouraged. Well, I mean, I've been discouraged for years, but like,
You know,
so now, so with that, everybody, real quick. So, so if you feel like helping out a sister who can't get a job otherwise, wants to make it on her own, I now have merch.
Do you?
I have merchandise.
Madge merch?
I do. Madge merch. Go here. It's that kind of drop ship. Like they design it and
yeah.
ship it for you. So I
Nice.
designed it all. So there's like t-shirts, hoodies, a trucker hat, a cup, a dog leash, and
I'd like to get some Madge Unmuted chaps if you have those.
Chaps.
oh,
Assless
I'll get
chaps.
right on those.
Yeah, yeah,
Leather
yeah.
I'll get right on those. I
that.
do have some Madge Unmuted continual print lycra shorts.
Oh, nice.
There's just some really ridiculous
Instead of
stuff on
juicy
there.
on the back, it says Maggie or Madge.
Exactly. Maggie. So anyway, I just like, so please support me if you like my this content and shit. Go to Madge merch because also it's just fun. Be the first on your block to have some Madge merch.
I saw an article that was talking about how Gen X is pretty much got it the worst in the job market
Oh yeah.
as far
Yes.
as so many people in our generation
Age range. Yeah.
have been pretty much pushed out of their
Yep.
jobs because of technology, because of automation, because of AI and things of that nature. A lot of design jobs are going away, a lot of writing jobs are going away, and that's all these people have ever done. And now it's like, okay, you're 55, maybe 60, and now you got to start over. What?
Yeah. And I love this, and I'm sorry, age discrimination is a thing.
Totally.
It absolutely is a thing. So
fine.
we're in that, but
Send
you're
him
right,
to
Gen
Alcatraz.
X. I mean,
That's what
we're
I
in
was
that
thinking.
age. Yeah, we're in the age of, the age of obsolescence. A lot of the shit that we all got a degree in
Yeah, is no
just
more.
doesn't even, and then there is stuff that we've had to self-taught. Like all of my computer shit was self-taught. All of my digital graphic making, all of this technology, audio, video was all self-taught, and I've done it all through the years. Fitz records this, and I do all the rest. I do all the editing. I do the, the color, everything, making the promotions. And so obviously I know how to do this shit. Anyway, I'm getting mad.
That's the
getting
thing.
myself riled
Yeah,
up.
I can totally get what you're saying because like I work, in the podcast industry, which is still
Right.
It's a pretty young industry. Even young because it's not that old, and young because there's a lot of young people who
Right.
do it. And
Right.
I'm competing with the bros with the big beard and the man bun who are like, yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. But the one leg up that I have against those people is that podcasting still has to do with the technology of recording audio, good audio, and recording good video,
Right.
which I have 30 plus years of experience in. So the hobbyists can only go so far, and then they go, oh shit,
Right.
we gotta call the old man to find out how to freaking do this. And that's when we go, okay, shut up and sit down.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
AI is not going to do it all
And,
for you.
right. I mean, not yet. Maybe
No,
3 weeks. from
maybe
now,
someday. 3 weeks. Maybe next week.
I mean,
There's tons
right.
of courses on AI that I've been considering taking because
Because it probably could help you in some.
there's a lot. I mean, God, every day there's something like, I just created a business using AI and now I make $800,000 a day. It's like, what did you just do?
Right.
What did you just make? And you know what most of those businesses are? It's like a way to capture people for them to give you money so that they can learn how to capture people so they can
Oh,
give
yeah.
you money.
Right. So
You
it's like
know?
a
Yeah.
Ponzi.
Yeah. Right.
I started
Yeah.
a podcast and I used this method to get 800,000 followers, and it's a 6-figure podcast. And the method was I just created this podcast to create It's the same thing over and over and over and
Oh
over.
my gosh.
It's like, well, you
Exactly.
didn't apply that to what we do. Apply that to a conversational podcast or, a podcast about current events or something. It's not going to work. It's not going to work because
Right.
people want to learn how to make all kinds of money on their own. They're not motivated to go and, listen to a podcast about
that
current
was
events.
I was reading because I'm constantly reading about the
read?
industry and reading is fundamental.
It is,
Riff.
Riff.
And so see your local bookmobile.
I
and
missed
so
the bookmobile.
Oh.
me too.
Damn it, I'm old.
Now this is the bookmobile.
Scholastic. Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, but so I was reading, about, because I've always been trying to use my talents to be useful in the world. Like, I don't want a handout to just like sit here and go, if you like this, send me money. But, actually, if you do, I wouldn't be sad. But, no, send me money. So I've always been looking at like, what I can do. And I'm sure there are things that I can do, but my brain always says, you're not special. Why the hell would anybody want to come to you for that advice? It's that Catholic thing. What was I
Right.
saying?
Don't let that.
So then,
Yeah.
but then, so reading about this, like, what you can do and all of these, and it's like work your niche and niche and get in your podcast and to get orders and work on this. I'm like, order what? I don't do anything. And I look at it and it said like 70% or something of the podcasts, not maybe overall, but I don't know, maybe overall, is they're trying to sell you something and they're trying to sell you a course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what you were saying, right? Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say is
Yeah.
like that's
Like, don't
podcast is
quote me
about.
on that because I don't want to give like RFK Jr. statistics that are completely
Right,
bullshit.
right.
So I don't know, but a good many of them, like they're selling. And so I did my own kind of looking up, and I look on YouTube. Everybody's trying to. They stop and say, but wait, click that button below and sign up for my course. Da-da-da.
yeah.
to teach you how to do this
You
and
get this
people to
free
take your
PDF
course.
that tells you
Right.
how to do all these things. Meanwhile, at the end of that, while you're signing up for that free PDF, there's all these add-ons. Oh, and for
Right,
only
exactly.
$1.99, you can get this other PDF, and then for $5.99, you can get these 3 PDFs. By the time you're done, you just spent $45. You have 800 PDFs, and you're never going to read it.
Because every fucking time when they say sign up for this free course or here's this free PDF, or remember in the old days it was we'll send you this DVD for free, whatever. There wasn't one useful fucking thing on there other than to entice you. What would you say if I told you you could make, it's all that. It was, there was not one thing they promised you except for, but if you sign up, now for only $99, you take this course where I will tell you everything. And it's like, we all have learned that thing,
Yeah, no,
but we've
that's
all
not-
known for a long time there's no such thing as a free lunch,
No, you got to work for it.
and there's nothing that can give you, except for me. I give you free advice on how not to be a douchebag.
.com.
Just don't be how not to be a douchebag.com at Madge/.com. I don't know.
.gov.
No.
.gov, right?
Yeah,
.edu. What's the other one?
there you go.
Net.
What's Dubai?
Dubai. Dubai.
DI.
Dumb.
Dot.
Yeah, DID. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I don't know. The fact that people can still be easily fooled these days. Like there's so many small things that you can do to just check to see if something is legit. For one, look at if it's an email, look at the email it's coming from.
Is it
it's
coming
even
from
simple things.
some
Oh,
third
man,
Right,
world country?
they're getting really freaking good
Yeah,
at these
really.
scam
They
emails.
are.
And I got a couple of emails the other day that said they were from Joe, who works here, my part-time guy. that
Oh
it
my
said it
God.
was from Joe, and it used his full name, and it used a signature of assistant at Rockvox Recording and Production, LLC, and it
Oh my
said,
God.
"Hey, I just changed my bank account. Can you please send me the
Wow.
information so that I can set up the direct deposit or some crap?" And I was like, all right, first of all, I'm not that fucking stupid. There's only one other guy that works here,
Yeah.
and I know he didn't do that. But
Right.
it was like, holy shit. And then I got one from who's a friend of mine for using his name. So they must have
That's crazy.
gotten some sort of list of people who have used.
Well, I hope you. Did you change your password right
it's
away?
It's not. They didn't use their email address, or they got their names as part of this organization
Yeah,
from
but-
some other list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told my mother the other
Or-
day, I said, if you get a call and they say I'm locked up in some foreign country, and no matter what they tell you, if you hear my voice coming
Yeah.
out of the phone, still don't believe it. And she's like, what do you mean if it's your voice? I go, they can synthesize your voice.
What's the password, Chris? Don't
Do
say
not.
it here, but do you have a password for your mom?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You have
Don't
to have a
say it here.
password.
That's what I should say, like a secret
Oh, yeah.
word.
Ecclesiasticus.
Yeah, and then she actually had a stack of mail today when I stopped over there. and-
Deuteronomy.
on the counter, and she pulled out this one from Chase Bank, and she said, "Oh, I really have to respond to this. Can you read it and just tell me what I have to do?" And I said, "Mom, that is not from Chase Bank. They have all my information." And I said, "Look at those account numbers that they say they have. Those are made up account numbers. Do you recognize any?" No. I said, "They are trying to get you to call and get you anytime this comes in. You just." She goes, "How am I supposed to know?" I said, "You just assume." You have to assume that all that stuff is, and of course
Yeah.
they have the logo from the bank and everything on them, and yeah, it's pretty.
So
frightening.
not only do I have to worry about COVID because I'm old, now I got to worry about more scammers. 'Cause
Scamming,
they always go after the old people.
Yeah.
But I know
but I know you're wise to them.
you're not. I am wise to you. That's why.
So what? 36 days?
I'm just gonna move to New York anyway.
We're in New York.
And yes, 36 days.
Where is
What'd you
Dunkirk
say?
anyway?
Dunkirk.
No, New York City.
Oh.
Or New York, the greater New York metropolitan area near my kids, because I can't. There's no jobs over here.
But isn't that like ridiculously expensive down there?
No, not at all. Oh wait, down. Oh, in New York?
Yeah.
No,
No?
it's actually not.
Really?
It's
I've been
you
lied
got to be
to.
smart. Yeah, if you're some dumbass is gonna go to fucking Times Square and go to Olive Garden and spend
Why the hell would I go to Olive Garden?
$30 on a breadstick. I mean, yeah, they're stupid shit, but like I go out with my kids. Yeah, like okay, last week when I was there, or the week before last, because I was sick I was on death's doorstep last week. But before that, I went down to New York and I flew in because I had to be back on Saturday for my friend Gary's 60th birthday party. But Friday night we were going to a gala. My friend told me don't say gala.
Gay. It's too gay.
'Cause-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always
she
ever said
'cause
gala.
Gala.
Because Chris, you'll laugh. She's a flight attendant, and she said all my fellow workers, co-workers are all gay. They said don't call it a gala because those are the actual gay benefits.
Oh,
those are the
those are the parties.
Then there's the galas. Yeah.
gala
They're like,
and the gala.
and the galas are far better than
Yeah,
the
of
galas. I'm like, girl, I know.
I know. You have to
I
tell
know,
me
girl.
twice.
Exactly. So,
funny.
so anyway, I had to go to this gala. So then I get down there Wednesday, flying to New York. I go meet my daughter at work she works at the NHL headquarters. That was really cool. And so then we go and we have, she's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, let's go to happy hour. And then we were going to meet, my son was meeting us after he got out of work. He works down closer to the financial district. She's more like 33rd and 9th or 35th and 9th. So anyway, so I'm like, I saw her pictures from this place one other time, and I'm like, I know it's not too far from you. I'm like, I really want to go have a drink at the Chelsea Hotel.
Oh.
I said, I haven't been there in decades. I'm like, I think last time I was there, it was still a shithole. And so, and she's like, yeah. So we went to the Chelsea Hotel. Yeah, that was $20 for a glass of,
Water.
it was $22 or something for a glass of rosé.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a thing. But so then we went, so we met at this other place called the Mermaid Inn. We met my son later for dinner. And that was, it was a shishi frou-frou restaurant. Look it up, the Mermaid Inn. And I think they have a different couple locations, but it was so incredibly reasonable. I had tuna tartare, and you know, with the, and like the drinks, it was just like $10 for an Aperol spritz. I mean, that's you
Yeah,
pay that
that's-
up here.
Yeah, sure.
And so anyway, even in Stamford, where they live, it's like the bars. I love Stamford, Connecticut, by the way. It's very reasonable. So anyway, it's not like my son. He doesn't have a car.
Yeah,
He
don't
pays.
need one.
I think he pays like $100 a month for an unlimited MTA card, subway card. So he doesn't have a car payment, insurance, doesn't pay for gas, and pay for the, and he pays what, I don't know, $1,200. I don't know. He probably pays $2,000 a year in what do you call it?
To get around?
Transportation.
Oh, transportation. Yeah.
And so, and he has a 2-bedroom apartment it's right on the edge of Brooklyn and Queens, and I think he pays like $2,000, maybe $2,500, $3,000. I don't know, but anyway, it's ridiculous and it's huge. So I don't know. However, though, also the jobs are plentiful.
Yeah.
The jobs are plentiful, and the people are way fucking nicer. I'm sorry, I got some great friends here, but nicer that it comes to people there have a far more sense of community. In like, yeah, there'll be some people that like, that I'm gonna walk in front of your car or whatever, but for the most part, every time I went on transportation, a young person gave up their seat for me.
Oh, because you're elderly now.
I know, because I'm elderly. Thank you. And so,
They were like, here she
I don't
comes.
know.
Look at her.
Did you
She's
offer
so
them
frail.
a Werther's original?
Yes, or a
I
butterscotch
did.
candy and a
Butterscotch
tissue.
here, do you need a tissue?
Butterscotch, yes.
Anyway,
You're going to have to start carrying those around, Madge.
but also, my daughters live down the street from NBC Universal Studios. They're all based in Stamford. The studio that does they film like Steve Wilkos, Maury Povich. Well, he not anymore. He's done a few of those other syndicated.
Yeah.
So they're the studio where they
that does
film
it.
these and have the audio and everything. And then right around the corner are the headquarters for WWE. So there is so much fucking media.
Yeah.
So many
Well,
media
it's the
jobs
Mecca there
there.
for that. Yeah, sure.
Right. So what am I doing here? There's one AM radio station that's like almost fully automated.
Yeah. And that's it. And Verizon.
And that's it. I mean, like, I love this place in the summer and it's nice and lovely, but like to be professional, I've been here over a year and nothing is, really panned out. There's just not that market here. You have to go where the work is.
Yeah.
But I still want to keep this place. So anyway,
WKRP.
in Cincinnati. Okay, we got to get going. I know everybody's on time constraints today, and I just can't talk anymore. So please
I'm so
go
glad
to
you're
Madge.
feeling better.
Thank you, me too. Please go to Madge Unmuted, fourth wall, this thing
Get
here.
the merch.
Buy some Madge merch. Help a sister out, because I'm too old to work, too young to apply for Social Security. I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt. How's that
You're
sound?
right in the in between. In betwixt.
Exactly, and subscribe to Madge Unmuted while you're here, please, because I love you. Fitz and Chris,
I'm so
love
glad
you
you're back.
guys. Thank
back
you.
and glad
I'm
to
glad.
have you
I'm
back,
glad. Oh yeah,
Madge.
because we missed.
missed.
Okay, Patty and Selma.
Right.
No, that's Homer.
I know.
What do you don't? I don't know, Marge. Don't tell us Homer. I can't think of good dialogue. Me.
Oh, gosh.
So anyway, yeah, we missed last week because I was sick, and then the week before it was crunch time. Me trying to leave for New York, and I just ran out of time. We all did. So anyway, join us next week. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And then we're getting closer to Madge Fest, Madge's 60th birthday.
Woohoo.
So let us know what we should do for that. A big blowout, and then you know what fits in August, August, I think it's like August 18th or something, will be our 5th anniversary
No way. Party.
Wow.
of this podcast.
I'm gonna
5
get-
years of this
I'll
bullshit.
get the chaps for that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
The Madge,
yes,
Madge
you will.
chaps. Madge chaps.
I'm buying gifts for all my friends, all my co-workers. Okay, everybody, thanks so much for being here. Until next time, we'll see you on the next episode of Madge Unmuted. Bye.